Welcome to episode 108 of the Yarnivore Podcast. It is Sunday, May 5th. So yesterday was May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. It was also Free Comic Book Day, which is the first Saturday of every May. So we went to the comic book store. And I got this handy dandy mug. Everything was 20% off, FYI. Free Comic Book Day. It's like the big shizzle for the geeks. This is my Pinkie Pie mug. Pinkie Pie. See? It says Pinkie Pie. It has Pinkie Pie. It's a double Pinkie Pie. And it is a deceptive mug. Because you would think it doesn't hold a lot of coffee. But it does. Oh yeah. Some good coffee. Mocha Nut Fudge and Newman's Special Blend, because I was like halfway, like I had that much left, and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna record, I better put another cup in there, which I did. Just before we start, I know I'm not wearing a cover-up, it's warm, just open the window. We got a lot of birds. We got a Frankie here who is trying to get to the birds, so if you hear a weird cat machine gun, it's Frankie doing her bird call. I just got out of the shower, so my hair is still damp. Welcome to Sunday recording, people. I could have gotten all dolled up. Didn't feel like it. Just didn't. Nope. Not happening. It was a long week. It was a rough week. There were some ups. There were some downs. Cabin fever. Cabin fever combined with culture shock. I'm still getting used to the U.S. I know it's very entertaining for a bunch of people, but not so much for me. Hold on a sec. I forgot something. Okay, I'm back. I forgot my iPad, which is kind of important because this week we will be drawing for stuff, and I need to know that kind of stuff. So, see, I had drawings written in my show notes. I'll just have to merge the two files together, that's all. Oh, it's all the joys of podcasting. Anywho, rough week, ups and downs. I would like to say that the Woolery.com, if you need anything from the Woolery, you should get it, because they are awesome. I noticed a nick in my drive band, which is completely normal on my new Queen Bee. It's a plastic drive band. It's not the cotton that you would find like in the Kromsky. So, I noticed it had a nick. It was not one that I could fix by burning. Like my Luette, you just melt it and roll it. Thanks to Boogie's. And we have a Petrie climbing in a box. Thanks to Boogie's informative tutorials on those things. I used some super glue to stop the nick from going further. I don't know what happened, but seriously, in this house, that's completely normal. Honey builds figurines. Mom was here. It was moved a lot. Anything can happen. So I had ordered a new one. It got here so fast. So fast. Like, it was like boom boom. So seriously, amazing service. And I've said it before. When I ordered the wheel and it took some time getting here from Spinolution, sorry, I got a Petrie, they were very involved with me and they kept me up on the jump. Well, come on. People be missing you. People be missing you. They want to say hello to the Petrie tail. There's a Petrie tail for you. They kept me very informed. They were very good at that. Just great customer service. Quality customer service. I also got myself a wrap springe tool, which I had never had before, and the spin control plastic key fob chain thing, so that here, I'll move this. There's a box for you, so that I could figure out what I was spinning. I've wanted one for a while. Future mother-in-law has one that I was like, ooh. And then Becca had one, and I was like, ooh. So now I have one, because clearly, I'm a sheep. So, yeah. Free Comic Book Day. It was awesome. There were lots of comic book geeks dressed in their favorite comic book assemblage. There were lots of small children dressed as comic book people. 20% off everything. Thank you, Primark. And of course, free comic books. You can't go wrong. You just can't. Well, you could, but you can't. That's what I'm saying. So, this episode is entitled Let There Be Fanfare. I decided to call it Let There Be Fanfare before I even... Petrie, don't knock those over, please. I decided to call it Let There Be Fanfare before I even started recording, because I got big news. Actually, I've got a multitude of big news for a short show, because I got squat on the needles. Like, seriously, I've worked on very little aside from this. Did you see it? Did you notice how it's not attached to anything? I promised you. And I also promised you it wouldn't be blocked. And the ends probably wouldn't be woven in. And that's true on both counts. Wednesday, I believe it was, I finished the In Dream Shawl. The In Dream Shawl by Susan Pandorf. It's also known as the In Dreams Mystery KAL. It is huge. It's huge. And it's going to grow. I'm going to basically by tonight I will have ordered Infinity blocking wires, because I was talking with a friend of mine and she said, hells yeah. Those are nifty little beasts. So, and I don't have blocking wires, and I was like, there is no way I am pinning this whole giant bastard out. So, I will do a side to side. So this is the cast on, which you sew up. All 10 of the stitches get sewn up right here. It is a semicircular half shell of epic monstrosity. So, you have this panel moves into this panel, moves into this giant labyrinthine monstrosity, moves into this panel, moves into another panel, moves into leaves, moves into what I like to call hell. Seriously, there was a bead on every second stitch on the last row. I wanted to kill people. So that is the final oomph there. So basically, these points will pull out like that. Isn't it pretty? It took a full skein of Highland Handmaid's Black Cherry Lace, and then it took a bit more. I will say it probably took the full 500 yards, despite the fact that I joined it so late in the game, because I really only joined it right here. So this much, from here to here, was knit out of the second skein. There's just no way around needing that. So, although she does do the even star sized skeins now, you can put in to be notified when she does them. She does them every couple of months. She'll do them where they're the right size for an even star, so you don't have to join. This would be one of the ones you would want to order the even star size skein for, just to be safe, unless you want to order 2 skeins and join. Really, whatever floats your boat. I finished the shawl. I did a little dance. There's much dancing. There was a booty wiggle. I have booty wiggled across the living room. I'm not ashamed to say it. Booty wiggled. I got a booty, I'm gonna wiggle it. Especially when I'm happy. I'm like Frankie like that. So it's huge. Like, okay, so if this is the middle point, and this is the end point, the middle to end point is almost my wingspan. So it is going to be twice as tall as me. Let alone that, but yes, I could wear it as a toga and walk around in the nude. the length of it, the middle to the bottom of the circle, is also almost my wingspan. So it's massive. Massive. 64 inches my butt. Unless that's 64. I think I'm longer than 64. Anywho. It's huge. It is unblocked, so it still kind of looks like yak. But hey, it's done. It's done. It's done. It's done, it's done, it's done. Ha. What do you think? Is it me? Which means that my wedding outfit is almost entirely complete. Which is awesome. It's awesome. It's awesome. So you can see why I don't have much on the needles, etc. This thing, like, took my entire life. Like, seriously, the last row took 2 hours, and the bind-off took 2.5. Because it's a knitted bind-off. So, yeah. Never again. Never again doing a shawl with crocheted on beads. Unless it's, like, 2. Pre-string the beads, fine. You know what? Knit the shawl if you knit it without the beads. But if you knit it with the beads, I've warned you. I've warned you. So there it is. I used 5,000 seed beads in a numbered colorway that I got from Bead Plus, which is a store in Regina. And basically, it just needs to be blocked. We are 21 days out from the wedding. We are less than 20 days away from my leaving. I guess I better get started on those frigging cupcakes. Yeah, that was a brainwave, huh? So another finished object, because I can't have just one. Actually, it's only semi-finished because I haven't put on the 2 buttons. But as you may recall, I am knitting along with Amy Beth in the orange cowl, the Fat Squirrel Speaks. Because I love her face. I kiss her face, as she would say. I love your faces. So, for my nieces, because I had 4 skeins of it, I'm making them each I'm trying to get it so that I'm not showing the pattern. There, that should be obscure enough. Now, smarten up computer. There we go. The Chloe Cardi by Alana Dacos. Yeah. She says it's a great project for using up worsted scrap, and it really is. I did the biggest first because I figured if I can get the biggest out of a skein of each, then I'll know that I'm good for the smaller. It took a skein and a smidge. I basically had to bind off the ruffle and do the K1 P1 pull in here out of a new skein, which should be fine. This is the bigger one. This is the size 8 in the Chloe. And of course, very orange and lime. They will be seen from space. So basically all I have left to do is the little button loops, put on the buttons, and I might give it a light blocking. It is made out of popcorn. So I made one. And I'll finish the other one. My oldest brother, his wife, and my 2 nieces will be at the wedding, so I will bring those along. Hold on. It's in my Katie bag. Katie made me my bag, she told me. Which just makes it more special because it's got whales and it's made by Katie. I am so easily amused. So it's made out of Rosario's for popcorn, which I got on deep discount from Hip to Knit when I was still in Regina. 100% corn fiber. It's all written in Spanish. Awesome. So basically this is what I have left of the orange. And then I have this much left of the first skein of green and another full skein. So the ruffle and the armbands will be green on the second one, and that should make everything work out. If I have to cut it a little short, whatever. She's tiny. I'm also going to be knitting, I believe, the size 4 for her, so it is significantly smaller. I might also go down in needle size. I haven't determined that yet. However, I'm considering it finished because it just needs a button band, and I will crochet the button band. It's a crochet loop button band, so I will do those probably right before I leave. Because let's face it, I'm not a crocheter by nature, and I hate doing buttons and button bands. It's the last thing I do. Works in progress. Well, I technically don't have anything. See this bag? This bag is not currently housing Mary. You know why this bag is not currently housing Mary? Because there's going to be a big announcement next week. Like a big announcement. A huge announcement. An announcement that will make you want to keep your pennies and save them. It may have something to do with this. May have something to do with what my current profession is. I've been very quiet because since I moved here, I have been starting something. Starting something that is going to go live perhaps after the wedding. But I will announce everything on the next week's show. All I'm saying, save your pennies. If you're a sock knitter, save your pennies. Friday night was Iron Man 3. It was the opening of Iron Man 3, so we went and saw that. I worked a little on the thing I can't show you, but might have just kind of showed you. Iron Man 3 was actually pretty good. I went in with low expectations, so it was really good. I also ate the world's ginormousest thing of popcorn. Ginormousest. It's my new word. I don't mind Iron Man, actually. He's not one that I followed prior to the whole Avengers thing starting up. And I was really indifferent to Iron Man 1. Primarily because everybody who told me to watch it was like, it's Robert Downey Jr. and he's hot. And I was like, that is not enough reason for me to shell out money. Just I am such a bad female sometimes. I'm sorry, he's not attractive enough. Also, the movie Magic Mike just annoys me. I've never actually seen it. I've heard so much about it, I will never actually watch it. It's one of my things. Anywho, so we went to Iron Man 3 Friday. Picked up the rings. I'm not wearing mine right now, sorry. That was good. Had a cupcake. That was good. I need to stop eating cupcakes. At least until the wedding. Maybe. I could be totally bluffing you. Spinning. I did get some spinning done after the new drive band came, which was awesome. I started spinning the wool gatherings, which is... Did I leave the thingy here? I did, because I'm so smart. It is wool gathering, 75% BFL, 25% Tussa, 4 ounces. There's a stock number, but she has no name for it, so whatever. So it's a Biffle Silk. My first time doing Biffle Silk, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm also really enjoying the bee. It's got a steep learning curve for someone like me because I'm used to the bobbin lead wheel. I'm used to a lot different structure, but having spun on the Mach 2, I believe, Mach 1 or 2, the partner in crime's mom has, I got the hang of it a little bit, so it's been a lot easier. I think this is the finest I've ever spun. Like, seriously, I have a hard time getting fine on my bobbin lead wheel, so this is like serious fineness. Serious fine. I have a little bit left. This is the first ply. The bobbins are smaller. That does irk me a little. The bobbins are smaller. And you have this little quad thing here. For the life of me, I couldn't figure out. That's where you put your leader. That's an interesting way of doing it. But I should be able to get 2 ounces on this. Plied, I should be able to get 4 ounces on one of these. I'm not 100% sure. we'll see what we shall see. Right now, according to the spin control thingy I have, if I do a 2-ply, I should be getting a fingering. Might be light fingering, might be middleweight fingering, might be a heavy fingering. It depends on if I can keep spinning this thin. And if I can, my goal is to move up to spinning a 3-ply like this, so I get a good sport. Now I do have to check, because I will be spinning along with my mother-in-law for the Amy King pattern. Less is more? Hold on. That is why I have an iPad, my friends. That is why I have an iPad now. Not really. I have an iPad because I have an iPad. I know it's from Knitty. I know it's an Amy King pattern. And I know it uses handspun. With my Ravelry Foo, I should be able to find it. She has some really awesome patterns. She has some patterns that I would never knit for myself, but that's just me. Less is more. It's in the Winter 2012 Knitty, and you want to spin to a DK. So I'm going to try and get a 3-ply DK out of my stuff. But basically, if you haven't seen it, it looks like that. And Boogie is beautiful. Beautiful Boogie. So, Spunky Eclectic. I really dig it. I really dig it. I think I dig the one in the... There's only one picture in her Ravelry. There are multiple in the actual Knitty. And I think I prefer the long one with the zipper inset better. I have the same cowl as her. That's good. I have the same scarf as her. We are kindreds. That? I think I prefer the long sleeve with the zipper and the I-cord. I do believe there's... no. That's just a solid commercial base. But basically, you spin and then you use a little bit of color theory to pair it up together. And you need... 4 contrasting colors. For her, she uses Spunky Eclectic and Southern Cross. And you have to spin between 4 to 6 ounces of each. I don't think it's a big deal. You want 12 to 14 wraps per inch. This is nothing you haven't heard before and nothing you can't get on the Knitty website. But I think it's really pretty. And that's my goal with that. So I will probably start spinning for that at some point. I'm just familiarizing myself with the wheel first, and then I will see what I have as far as fiber. There's no shortness of fiber around this house. FYI, what Becca was doing last time she was here may also have something to do with the giant surprise I have. The big announcement. Big ol' announcement. Speaking of big announcements, y'all have all been waiting for, very patiently, might I add, your favorite Yarnivore moment. Drawing. So, I'm going to you would have thought I would have pre-prepared this, but no. This is all off the cuff, people. So, I would flip my book. I need to take my book because I wrote it all down here. Okay. So, in the discussion thread, we had how many replies? We had 111 replies. I'm the first replier, or whatever. So it'll be between 2. Seriously, guys. You should have posted a lot more. There's like 650 of you. Okay, so I need my little bag of prizes. This is my little bag of prizes. I love these Ziplocs. You do not get to keep the Ziploc. Okay, so for the Autumn Sky Vesper sock yarn, it's pretty true to color there. 428 yards of self-striping goodness, 100% superwash merino. Tasty. Randomnumber.org. Can you see that? Between 2 and 111, I'm going to hit the magical generate button. Generate. Our result for that is 105. So who is 105? 105 is Wool in Texan. And she says, I think my favorite has been your experience in the move to the U.S. and the differences you are experiencing. The good equals shipping, availability of goods, and the bad equals difference in what U.S. allows you to buy in the drugstore. It is amazing what we take for granted here in the U.S. when you haven't lived in another country. It's true. It's amazing that there's still culture shock when Canada's like your weird little demented hat. That's right, I just called Canada the demented hat of the United States. So Wool in Texan, WOOLNTEXN, who is Denise from Houston. Shoot me off your address. I will get that in the mail to you this week. A woolen Texan. I like it. See, I would have thought you meant to say Texan or something, but no. Houston, I get it. Houston, we have a problem. So that's for the Vesper. Next up, for the adorable Zigzag Stitches Notion Pouch. Full of sheepy goodness. I will now hit generate. One more time. Generated. Number 31. We should be on the first page, right? Maybe second? Okay, yeah, totally. The second page. I'm an idiot. 31 is A1 Dawen. Oh, hey, you won a Snuggles prize, didn't you? Who is Ashley from Maryland. You're probably a Maryland Sheep and Wool. And she said, I love any moment with a kitty trying to steal your attention away from the camera, and by extension us. Petrie, you're not doing that very well today. She's not doing that very well. But she's warm and content, and there are birds to listen to. So, A1 Dawen. Hook it up. Probably still have your address. I don't know. I know nothing. Shoot me off your address. I'll get that out to you. Next up, for the gorgeous skein of Morning Mist by Highland Handmaids in the Sugar Maple Sock, which is 425 yards, 100 grams of superwash wool and nylon. We will be hitting generate. Another time. Generating. It generated number 34 because apparently it's picking low numbers today. So, 134. Who's 134? 134 is Vic Rock. VICROCK. And she said that for me it was the happy podcast when you announced your engagement. Also love the kitties. Yeah, you guys really liked the engagement announcement, didn't you? Ellen from Washington, who is an international cat show judge, Doberman rescuer, Mastiff rescuer, and American Red Cross. I love you. I don't know you very well, but I love you. You have like the perfectest thing in the world. You are a Mastiff Doberman rescuer, and you're an international cat show judge. Oh my God, you're awesome. Awesome. So you have won the Highland Handmaids, Ellen. Meow. See, even Petrie agrees with me. You're awesome. Shoot me off your address, and I will get that in the mail to you so you can knit some gorgeous socks. might I recommend the Level Up. Next up, the Little Sheep in the Big Wool stitch markers, which are adorable. In purples, shades of purples, and a cute little clock. I will go back to my random.org and I will re-hit generate. Generate. It generated number 85. Number 85. Who should probably be on page 4? Ha! I did it. Number 85 is Knit Graham, who said, I love it when you talk to your animals. Petrie. Petrie. And that is Marcia from Massachusetts, who loves knitting socks, I see. Well, Marcia, and your adorable doggy. Oh, that's a pretty doggy. Look at her doggy. Look at the little black and white one. See? So cute. Knit Graham, get a hold of me. I'll shoot you off some stitch markers. They're adorable. Petrie concurs. Adorability. And next up, this is the last one in our list, which is the the really cool cowl that was designed by Kelly of Sheep Dreamery, and the Sheep Dreamery chop tank base, which is a worsted weight, in the first Iris colorway. It's 100% superwash merino wool. Petrie has some things to say about superwash merino wool, apparently. It's got some gorgeous colors here. I like this part right here is actually showing up a bit. It's not pink, it's purple. It's a purpley, it seegs into the blue. It kind of gives it a gray before it hits the green. I just like that color. Okay. So, for our last thing, which is actually 6. Well, I may have to pull something else at some point. But not right now. We'll just keep it for a random drawing at some point. Bad podcaster. I was going to give you 6 prizes and I don't have a 6th. Oh well. I thought I had 6. Why did I say I had 6? Anywho. We're going to random.org again because we love random.org. And we're going to hit generate. Pulling all the low numbers this time. 26. 26 is on the first page. I know that. It's the top of the second. Oh my god. Oh my god. So, 26 is Mippy Fufalina. Holy moly, Mippy. Sabrina. Oh, Sabrina, I know you. You've won something before, haven't you? From Utah, northern Utah, the state my honey is from. Well, Mippy. You like ocean colors, you'll like this. You've been busy. You've got some serious charity hats going on, by the way. I'm sorry, I was just entranced by the serious amount of charity hats there from northern Utah. Northern Utah, you say? I know nothing of Utah, except for where I've been. She says her favorite moment is when I said I was engaged, and congratulations on 500. Awesome. Awesome. So you're getting a pattern, and you're getting the chop tank. Shoot me off your full address somewhere in Utah. Mippy, I love that name. Mippy Blue. No, Foo. Sorry, I'm adding an L there. Mippy Fufalina. What's the story on that? How did you get to be Mippy? Fufalina. Sabrina, Fufalina. That I can get, but Mippy? Does it have to do with, like, the cute little bunny? Isn't that Mippy? I don't remember. Anywho. That takes us to the close of the show, which brings us to the music. The music this week is inspired by when my mother was here. We went to the 98-pound buffet, which is this huge buffet, which is relatively close to where I live. There's octopus on the menu, so Honey was just totally about it, because apparently eating weird food is his thing. I can't eat food that still resembles an actual animal. There's a little octopus. No. I don't mind octopus in things, but I do not want to eat an octopus while it is still in octopus form. It's just a weird mental chicken egg thing. But we went there, and next to it is Discland, which is possibly my favorite place in all of Bloomington right now. They've got a great selection of used CDs, and I picked up, because I was having a hankering, I picked up the greatest hits of Donovan. I needed to hear Season of the Witch. I just did. And you know what? It's spring here. It's trying to spring. It snowed this week. It didn't stick around. However, go check out some Donovan. He's awesome. If you didn't grow up with him, then you're missing out. And if you grew up with him, revisit him. With such great hits as Hurdy-Gurdy Man, Season of the Witch, Mellow Yellow, which if you're from Canada, you know used to be a soft drink that rivaled Mountain Dew. Now, what else? Where I Love Like Heaven. I think that's everything. Those are the ones I really knew going into it. I just wanted Season of the Witch. $7 because Discland is awesome. So, that's everything I've got here. For someone who has absolutely very little knitting, that was a long show, but I had a lot of drawings. So if you want, do contact me, Blue Ruin on Ravelry, PM me. I am Blue Ruin on Ravelry. We issue stars on Plurk. You should come join the Arnivorous group because it's fun. And I will see everyone next week with the big announcement. Did you like that? Big announcement. Jazz hands. Jazz hands. And there will be one more week probably, and then I'm gone for the wedding for a week. Just why my hair is getting so long, and my fingernails are too. I know you can't tell. That doesn't seem like long to you, but that's really long in my world. Usually I keep them really, really short. Anywho, I hope you have a great week. I hope your beginning of May was more stellar than mine, and I will see you next week.